Um, man, let's get into it. All right, because we got a lot to talk about, and obviously, let's talk about the fallout from the NBA Finals. Went to Game 7. I think we got exactly what we wanted as sports fan. When you hear Game 7, that's to me, that's like the ultimate thing to ever hear in sports is Game 7. I mean, all the marbles. All right. So let's touch on the Halliburton injury first, and then I'm gonna come back to that because it's gonna lead to another topic. All right. You know what? Let's say that. Let's talk about the game. If you missed the recap, Audible podcast, it was an impromptu joint. Me, myself, I said that twice. Randy, who was on Tuesdays with me, and Bobby G, who I do Audible podcast on Thursdays and Fridays with. So we did that last night. If you didn't see it, it's on YouTube. Audible podcast, check it out. But just a quick recap of the series. Man, I love the series. The numbers are going to say it was probably the least watched finals. I don't care. It was entertaining to me. It was literally a roller coaster. No team really took control of that series until it really mattered. Obviously, in Game 7. And then just Game 7 in period. Obviously, the injury with Halliburton, that sucked. He came out firing hot, and I'm like, oh, okay, Halliburton, he might mess around and lead his team to a victory with a strained calf. And I was like, oh, damn, this dude might do it. Okay. Then he got the injury early, and then you pretty much saw the Pacers at first kind of rally behind him. And then at halftime, the rest of the guys didn't come out. Not Alex Caruso, but TJ McConnell had a hell of a third quarter, but it was just him. Nobody else in Indiana was really scoring in the third quarter. So that kind of really was sign of doom, in my opinion, for the Pacers. And then, Oklahoma City pretty much took over and just, showed why they were the better team, in my opinion. And when I first started the series, when I thought they were a better team on paper for sure. And thanks to the knowledge of Bobby G, pointing out that Indiana, they got a chance to win this series because they are the hottest team that was coming into that point in time. And they showed that. It just, it was just unfortunate that the injury happened and the Pacers just didn't have enough offense to sustain that lead that they had at halftime. Just weren't able to. And of course, that's a credit OKC's defense. They turned up their level of defense on in the second half, especially Chad Holmgren, a legit rim protector. Pretty much after the third quarter, he was like, all right, I'm the tallest guy on the court. Nah, I'm about to protect the rim. And then fourth quarter, he really shut shit down for sure. No more of that TJ McConnell sneaking, little shots underneath the rim. No more getting to the cup. None of that. So it was, pretty much set by him. The tone was set by him defensively, and kind of spread it. Casey Wallace got some steals, some very important steals. Lou Dort got some steals. The hustle points, getting those offensive rebounds off those long rebounds went OKC's way. So when you got the hustle, the defense, and your opposing team's number one option is down, a lot of things were heading towards OKC's way. And the writing was pretty much on the wall in the third quarter for me. And so I was like, yeah, get ready, pop the champagne, OKC. You're about to be champions. And as they finished it off, SGA creating some history right there, SGA. All right. First player ever to be a conference finals MVP, regular season MVP, finals MVP, and scoring champ. So he's the only one to do that. Obviously, they're just now recognizing Eastern and Western Conference, players of the series. So this is recent. but he did join an elite group. I think it's Shaq, Kareem, and MJ as the only MVPs of regular season, finals MVP, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That's the stat I did see earlier. I should have wrote that one down, but whatever. But no, SJ, shout out to him. Shout out to the Thunder. And then for sure, shout out to the Pacers, man, for giving us a great series. Thought it was a fantastic series. I don't care what the numbers say. I thought it was, fantastic. It definitely gave me a lot of old school basketball feel back. This whole playoff series, whole playoffs from the NBA were probably one of the better ones in recent times for me. Maybe my standards are a little bit higher. I don't know. I just feel that the NBA recently has been lacking in the playoffs, as when it comes to suspense and just overall the product in the playoffs being kind of shaky. But this one I enjoyed. You had a lot of comebacks. Okay. And as the fallout happens of the finals, now that we're just pretty much one day removed from it, the first thing they're going to say is OKC. Hey, Oklahoma City. Are they a dynasty? That D word, hella pause on that one, gets thrown out. It's hey, I mean, let's talk about it. You see, there's a lot of chatter and a lot of things is going to get thrown out, especially today in the next coming days. When you see, obviously, the trade of Kevin Durant happen, there's going to be some other names. I don't know this for sure, but all I'm saying is, and I said this last night on Audible Podcast, get ready for fireworks. NBA always drops some fireworks around this time and 4th of July. Remember when Kevin Durant got traded to Golden State? That was around 4th of July. Some big signings happened around 4th of July. Obviously, you got the draft coming up Wednesday and I believe Wednesday and Thursday, because they're doing 2 nights. For some reason now the NBA and ESPN are splitting it, day 1 and day 2, which is weird. You're only doing 2 rounds. I don't know why. Just get it over with on one night. But hey, they got that coming, and all I'm saying is keep your ears ready and your phones to get those alerts of a Giannis trade. I don't know where, and I'm not going to guess where, but it's going to happen in the upcoming days. I got a gut feeling, because stuff like this always happens with the NBA. What they want to do is go ahead and they always done some stuff like that. I can't remember when LeBron made his way to Miami, took his talents to South Beach. I can't remember if that was around 4th of July time, but they normally have some fireworks around 4th of July time. And look at the calendar. We're getting close to it. All right. So keep your eyes and ears prepared for a Giannis trade. Mark that. But let's look at Oklahoma City in particular. We'll talk about Indiana another day, but I just want to talk about OKC in particular, is because we had this conversation last night on Audible Podcast. Is OKC potentially a dynasty? And obviously, I love my aide, so let's hear what Brian Windhurst has to say about the situation, because what he has to add, I think, is some valid points on why OKC could literally be the next dynasty. Let's take a listen.
You do when you have a championship team. You got to hold them together, right? So in the next couple of weeks, they are in position to sign Shea to a contract extension. It's going to be huge.
Yes.
It's going to be the largest one ever. He's going to be years in that contract where he's over $70 million. 2, they got Chet Holmgren, who they can sign to an extension this summer. Jalen Williams, who they can sign to an extension this summer. They're going to lock those 3 guys in for 5 years. Now, with the way the league is structured right now, they're trying to squeeze teams out. They're trying to squeeze because of the second apron. even if the Thunder lose some of these role players, even if they can't keep, and I'm not going to speculate who they may or may not, because of the 15 first-round picks. I mean, guys, they have the 15th pick in this draft on Wednesday. I mean, who knows? Maybe they draft a guy there that ends up being really great for them. Maybe they don't. They got 14 more first-round picks in the next 7 years. They got guys sitting out right now who can contribute. Because, like, if you think about the last really great team that lasted for 10 years, you're talking about the Spurs, the 2000s. You go back to the Bulls. Look at the players that were supporting Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker in 2014. Completely different than the ones that were supporting them in 2007. The Bulls in the 90s totally flipped that team over around Pippen and Jordan because they were able to bring in extra players. The Thunder are in position to do that, even under the current rules. So Stephen A. brings up a good point. We are in the parity era. Not only have we not had a repeat champion, Molly, we haven't had a team in these last 7 make it out of the second round.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving them anything, but they are best positioned probably since the Warriors 10 years ago with the young players they had under contract control to do something special.
Man, when you think about that, that's pretty scary. That is pretty scary stuff to hear from Wendy about the potential of what the Thunder could possibly be in this NBA. Obviously, no repeat champion over the last few years. Parity, cool. But every now and then you see it. You'll see a team that just puts it all together. And here's where Sam Presti gets a lot of credit from, in my opinion, that he should get on how great he has done. Because we got to remember 3 years ago, 2 guys that were instrumental in closing that game 7 yesterday got drafted on the same night. We're talking about Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams. Both got drafted on the same night. So Sam Presti has also done a great job of showing that he can build a damn team. We're not going to forget what he built between Harden, Durant, Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, and what he did in that point in time. So Sam Presti has been, just overall Oklahoma City's management has been, in my opinion, one of the most consistent. I know they had a moment where they kind of, after Westbrook and Durant and Harden all left, they had a quick moment where they kind of was trying to find themselves, and those Chris Paul years. I know they went far and was competitive in the bubble, but and then once they made the trade, to send Paul George to LA, get Shea over, and you started seeing those picks that came over in that trade, which was one of them, Jalen Williams, if I'm correct. So Sam Presti has always been pretty diligent about making a good team in OKC. All right. And so as you hear what Wendy said right there, and you look at some of the factors on building these dynasties in the NBA, like the Warriors, like the Bulls, teams like that, he said it's building around your superstars, which is always the smartest thing to do, right? Obviously, and it sounds so simple, but it's always something that just doesn't always get repeated in a lot of these major sports. It's easy to say, hey, retain your superstars and build around them. It's easy to say that. But in this instance, in this case, they have all the potential to do it. You know what I'm saying? So here's one team that I want to put into example of what Wendy is talking about. All right. So of those teams that Brian Windhorst was discussing, he did not mention my team. All right. There was a Lakers dynasty that was built off of pretty much a core of players, and they were interchangeable pretty much around that. All right. So I want people to really take what Wendy said and listen and kind of apply it to, it's been done before. All right. So in that dynasty run that the Lakers had from 99 to 02. So the 99 to 2000 season, the 2000 to 2001 season, the 2001 to 2002 season. 3 finals, 3-peat. All right. So you got Kobe, Shaq, your 2 stars that you know for a fact, were the mainstays. But then you also had your co-stars that they felt were important that they couldn't leave and make a part of the core. All right. So you got D Fish, you got Rick Fox, Devin George, Robert Horry, and Brian Shaw. Those are the only individuals that were part of that three-peat. I mean, look at some of these names on this. Look at some of these names. Huh? Look at some of these names. When's the last time y'all seen these names? Huh? John Sally got his last one. He at the bottom. Glenn Rice got one. That was a 99-2000 team. AC Green was still playing. Huh? I mean, Celestin, I can't even remember that guy. Travis Knight, I can't remember him. But hey, names that interchangeable, but you built around your core. I mean, you go over to the next season when it pulls up. It goes to the 2000-2001 season. All right. Again, Kobe, Fisher, Fox, Devin George, Robert Horry, Shaq, Brian Shaw. Familiar names. Those are your core players. All right. Look at this. Horace Grant even got one. Ron Harper got one. All right. Matter of fact, Ron Harper ended up getting 2 with the Lakers. And add that to what he got with Chicago. So this is something that can be done. It's been done before. Not only with the Lakers, in my favorite team that they done it, where you take your star players, you take some of your core players and you make sure that you keep them, but you're willing to let them leave, like remember Derek Fisher left, came back. Like you're willing to let some of these players around your superstar talent to go out and pursue other, adventures, other jobs at other places in the NBA, get more money. But you always try to keep that core together. And it's easier said than done, but it's been done before. It's been done before in the NBA. Go back to those Bulls teams in the 90s. Obviously, you're talking about Scotty and Mike, 2 core pieces. Obviously, you can't not have those, 2 3-peats without them 2. But they were the mainstays, all right? Steve Kerr was one of those mainstays. Okay? Dennis Rodman in the second 3-peat was one of the mainstays. Luke Longley. Tony Kukoc was mainstays in that second 3-peat. Horace Grant was one of those mainstays in the first 3-peat. What I'm saying is in what Oklahoma City has the potential to do. If they were a 68-win team this year, best team in the West, took down Denver, took down Minnesota, which are supposed to be some of your stiffer competition in the West, took them both down. You win the championship. You have the ability to keep Chet, SGA, Jalen Williams, 3 of your core pieces on your starting 5. Keep them there for the least locked up financially for the next 5 years and don't even have to worry about them. They locked up. You got the potential to do that this summer. Then you got the potential to, because the money that you got, hopefully you can keep a couple of those other, pieces around them so you can keep them around. Then you got the draft picks. So when OKC and Sam Presti is looking at free agency, they like, hey man, with the money we got, the draft picks we got, and a lot of them are first rounders for the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I'm not stressing about keeping everybody, but I know I need to keep those 3. Lock them up. And then I can interchange everything around them, keep building around them and see what I can keep, see what I can grab, see what I can acquire, see what I can trade for, see what I can draft. When you have that many options to continually build around your core, damn, that makes you dangerous. Money and assets makes you dangerous. And when you give that to a world champion, well, shit. Well, damn, how long they going to sit on the throne? They may not win every championship from here on out to the duration of those 3 players' contract. They may not, but I'm not a bet man because I'm pretty bad at it. But I would bet that if they keep those 3, they'll probably grab another championship or so. They'll grab another championship or so. Just off of, based off paper. All right. Just GP. He'll get another championship. But damn it, when you literally can make any move that you really want to, and you're the king of the hill. Like I said, they may not win them, but damn it, they'll be in conversation every year for as long as Sam Presti feels necessary until he just absolutely fumbles and makes a bad trade or doesn't re-sign somebody, or it'll have to take some weird situation for this situation not to work out. I just think, like, damn, OKC is set up perfectly for a dynasty. It is. Because as a Chief fan, and I'm not trying to talk about my squad right now, but what I'm saying is I've seen this, and I've seen it personally. When you got management in connection with coaching, in connection with your players, and it all comes together, and then you have the ability to keep that continuity for a long period of time, that's how you get those dynasties. That's how you get the Patriots. That's how you get the Cowboys. That's how you get the Chiefs. That's how you get the Niners. That's how you get the early Packers. That's how you get the Bulls in the 90s. This is how you get the Warriors in the 2000s, the 2015 Warriors. This is how you get, certain teams that dominated. The Spurs for that long period of time after the Lakers did. The Spurs were pretty much that dominant franchise. Because when you get all 3 phases between management, coaching, and the personnel all comes together, and it all is in that continuity, and it gels, and it's all about championship. It does some things. So don't be surprised if you see Oklahoma City, small market team, being a dynasty. Nobody thought a small market team like the Kansas City Chiefs could be a dynasty. But yeah, here we are. Because there's a lot of phases that came together from management, coaching to personnel. You got your core. You lock them up, and that's what it is. And then you see Jalen Williams, who's a damn good 2-way player. You get all of his prime years. That's phenomenal. You get Chet Holmgren, who's still young, still growing into his body. He's going to get better. He's under contract with you. That's baller. Oh, the MVP just made some history yesterday. He's under contract for the 5 years with those 2 players. Oh, come on. Perfect recipe for a dynasty. Don't be shocked if it happens. Don't be shocked if it happens.
Come on, we about to raise the bar. Wild card mall. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Como Modelo, let's cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card.